Right now at 6, a Sparta man faces attempted homicide charges.
And Winona State University receives a grant for a campus civic center.
We're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown.
A Sparta man faces attempted homicide charges following an incident on Sunday. 39-year-old Andrew Nauman faces first-degree attempted homicide after Sparta police found a woman with life-threatening injuries on the 100 block of West Oak Street. Nauman had been out on bond for a June arrest where he allegedly beat and strangled a different victim. The judge has now handed down a $1,000 signature bond for felony bail jumping, as well as a $1 million cash bond for the other pending charges.
An Arkansas man will avoid homicide charges due to a plea deal. 26-year-old Lathan Foster of Arkansas was accused of first-degree reckless homicide after allegedly selling fentanyl to a West Salem man who overdosed and died in December 2021. A plea deal Tuesday altered his charge to a felony count of manufacturing and delivering narcotics. Foster pled no contest to these charges and was found guilty. A sentence hearing is set for December 3rd.
No one is reported hurt after a brief incident at Eau Claire North High School. According to a statement to families, a visitor started behaving erratically in the office area this morning. School resource officer Zach Becker intervened, and Eau Claire police quickly arrived to take the visitor into custody.
Well, mentioning the Northern Lights, we had a couple nights ago, we had some of those. Now, not tonight, but tomorrow night, something to keep in mind of. Storming levels could reach quite high depending on timing, but cloud cover should be clear skies. So something to keep in mind of for tomorrow night. We'll update you further on this, the possibilities. But for today, a little bit warmer. We had more areas in the 70s, mid 70s with a light east wind that kept some temperatures a little bit further down to the east. All in all, 77 in Mason City, so get close to 80. Above average, yep, 5 to 10 degrees. Once again, above average, even 15 to 20 as you go further west. So some of that warmer air will get here tomorrow. But for this evening, mild conditions, really clear skies. That light east wind will continue. We'll get down to about 53 at 11 p.m. for La Crosse. Very similar stories Eau Claire, dropping back down to very comfortable upper 40s as we get towards 11 p.m. with that wind beginning to turn around to the southeast. Overnight temperatures are going to be a few degrees warmer than we've had last night. So more areas once again will be in the 40s. The colder spots still getting back down into the mid to upper 30s. But this is about closer to where we should be for this time of year for low temperatures. Big picture shows really it's quiet. You got to go well to the west, southwest. There's a front that we'll be monitoring well to the Pacific Northwest. And there's the hurricane that's now approaching shore just south of Tampa Bay too. But all in all, we're still in that quiet pattern. Of course, we're in Halloween, so you got to bring this up. The Ouija board, what's going to be going on coming up? Well, I think the one thing the Ouija board is going to tell you really good is we have a big cool down coming. We'll kind of break down when to expect that later in the broadcast.
A spooky cool down?
It could be a spooky one.
I only want a spooky one, Greg.
Oh, that's a spooky one.
If it's not spooky, I
don't want it.
Thank you, Greg.
Thanks. Minnesota's First Lady Gwen Walz campaigned in Wisconsin today on behalf of the Harris Walz campaign. She spoke in Madison after her stop in Beloit this morning. Her speech highlighted the Harris campaign's vision for reproductive health care freedoms and an urgency for people to get out and vote.
A new way forward is within our reach. It is right there. But we are going to have to fight for it. Maybe harder than we've ever fought for anything before.
It's been a busy October for the battleground state as Walz's stop comes a day after President Biden's visit to Milwaukee, where he emphasized the importance of job creation and the ongoing efforts to replace lead pipes. Former President Donald Trump also campaigned in a suburb of Madison earlier this month.
Governor Tim Walz has announced a new $52 million grant for broadband access. The grant will expand access to nearly 8,000 Minnesota homes and businesses across 24 counties. My Energy Cooperative and Fillmore, Olmsted, and Winona counties will receive just over $3 million. Ace Telephone Association in Fillmore County will get $2.5 million.
Winona State University received a $1.1 million grant from the Department of Defense for a campus civic center. The center will promote civic engagement and leadership among students, faculty, local government, and nonprofit organizations. Students will have the opportunity to gain hands-on experience interacting with government officials and collaborating on public issues. The Civic Center hopes to bring awareness to the challenges facing local governments and develop relationships between those governments and the community. Today, elementary school students are learning about fire safety. The La Crosse Fire Department visited Spence Elementary School for Fire Prevention Week. Students learned how to create an escape plan in case of a fire and the importance of smoke alarms. The community risk educator emphasizes that being prepared for fires can make them less frightening.
We practice drills at school. They're not scary. You can practice at home. Fire safety doesn't have to be a scary concept. If you know what to do and you have a plan, it's not so scary.
The visit is part of a series of Fire Prevention Week events that will continue until Saturday.
And the fire department wasn't the only one educating the community on fire safety. Some fire protection specialists in Bangor offered free extinguisher inspections and some opportunities to purchase new smoke alarms and participate in hands-on live burn training. If you missed today's event, you can visit their website to make an appointment for some hands-on safety training.
Pedaling for Parkinson's.
How a biking program is making a difference for those affected. Next.
I'm a nurse in Wisconsin, and my patients don't want politicians like Eric Hovde making their healthcare decisions.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
Hovde means what he says about opposing reproductive rights.
Eric Hovde supported overturning Roe v. Wade, which led to an abortion ban in Wisconsin.
And that's a ban with no exceptions for rape or incest.
What Hovde supports criminalizes abortion and doctors like me.
We need to vote against Eric Hovde.
Wynn Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
Asher Laston Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's window and door replacement experts. Our superior quality, energy-saving windows and doors from the trusted brand of Renewal by Andersen are skillfully installed by certified technicians and backed by some of the strongest transferable warranties available. Save up to 22% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with Renewal by Andersen Windows and Doors. Brought to you by Asher Lasting Exteriors.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
Ever have one of those days? Yeah, one of those days. We're here to make your day brighter. Q Ultra's A+ accounts, turning bad days into A+ days. Say hello to convenience and security with online and mobile banking, contactless debit cards, and mobile wallet. Plus, better rates, no minimum balance, and no fees. Make every day an A+ day. Open your account online today or stop by your local Ultra office. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life, one stress-free day at a time.
If you want selection, then that's what we've got at King Furniture. More sofas, more recliners, more mattresses, more of everything. You're going to find whatever you want, and you're going to find plenty of it. And it's all priced to go with 0% easy payment plans available. And as always, free delivery. Just try that anywhere else. Come visit us today.
King Furniture.
Nice people, nice furniture.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
You heard him.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
What would Eric Hovde do in the Senate? Mitch McConnell and extremists would gain a majority. The power to ban abortion nationwide. No exceptions for rape or incest. Criminal penalties for doctors. More extreme anti-abortion judges on the courts.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
Eric Hovde, what's wrong with this guy?
An estimated 1.5 million people in the U.S. suffer from Parkinson's disease, a nervous system disorder that weakens brain cells and is known to cause tremors and loss of motion control. While there's no cure for the disease, exercise has been shown to reduce symptoms and slow progression for those affected. Now, a new program in the Chippewa Valley is making it easier for those diagnosed with the disease to get the exercise they need. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall has the details. Jeremy.
Emily, Pedaling for Parkinson's is an 8-week program offered by the YMCA of Chippewa Valley to help those suffering from the disease get up and get moving. And while exercise is shown to help improve the physical symptoms of the disorder, having a place to come together is helping lift patients' spirits too. Glenn Sweevelhover was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease last spring. It's a diagnosis that's changed his life.
Just made me more aware of the fact that I need to exercise more, but you need to stay limber and loose. Everything I've read says the more exercising you do for Parkinson's, it's the best you can do.
Thanks to a new program at the Chippewa Valley YMCA, he's able to tackle it head on. Twice a week, he and others affected by the disease hop on bikes to improve balance and reduce symptoms of tremors.
I feel like it's a really great bridge between physical therapy for people and then just daily living, between reducing those symptoms on a day-to-day basis, where exercise has been proven to be really great with helping reduce Parkinson's symptoms.
The class started last week and is part of YMCA of Chippewa Valley's health intervention programs. Classes designed to prevent and combat chronic disease.
The rates of Parkinson's have continually increased, not only in older population, but younger people too. So we're just trying to find a way to build a community in our Y that supports Parkinson's disease for so many people that are affected by it.
According to the American Parkinson's Disease Association, 1 out of every 336 people has the disease, and the number is going up. Sweevelhover is glad there's a program available to help get him moving and connect with others.
This is a group of people, we're all in here with a similar condition, we're all different age groups, male and female, and it just makes it easier to do it as a group.
The classes are Monday and Wednesday from 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. with the final class slated for November 20th. Guys, if you can't make it to any of these, we'll have a link on our website for new classes expected to begin at other Chippewa Valley YMCA locations soon. Ken and Emily?
Okay, thank you, Jeremy.
Tellurian Behavioral Health is receiving $30,000 to help open their new facility in La Crosse. The funds come from a non-state grant program designed to improve services and organizations that help the general public.
The new facility will offer stabilization services to people experiencing an acute mental health crisis. The group's social services manager says the money will improve the experience of seeking care during a crisis.
Giving them access to the services that are meant to help them at the time they really need it most, to eliminate long wait periods in emergency rooms and eliminate human suffering for those that are experiencing a mental health crisis.
The program will offer short-term support to up to 8 individuals at a time. Tellurian is hoping to open the facility soon.
An IV fluid shortage.
How Hurricane Helene has disrupted the distribution of IV bags after the break.
Mild conditions continue despite the more color that you're going to see out there. We are going to see more fall-like, even end of October-like weather in the forecast. I'll show you when to expect that, along if we got any rain in the forecast. That coming up on your First Warn weather update after the break.
I've met so many people in western Wisconsin looking for a change. We need fresh ideas to tackle the issues families are facing every day. Inflation, healthcare costs, tax relief. In November, vote for someone putting in the legwork to find solutions. Vote Ryan Hipsch for Assembly.
Kamala Harris is going to significantly raise taxes.
Taxes are going to have to go up?
Kamala's plan will raise families' taxes by nearly $2,600 a year. Under Kamala, prices have already soared. Now she'd make it worse with even higher taxes.
Taxes are going to have to go up?
President Trump will cut taxes again. No taxes on tips, overtime, or Social Security.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Something big is happening at Hy-Vee. We've lowered thousands and thousands of prices on thousands and thousands of items in every aisle and in every department. Online, too. And on many of your favorite products. We've even matched prices with some of the biggest discount stores in the country. Because we get it, times are still tough. So we'll continue to work hard to bring you new lower prices on thousands of items. Things are looking different at Hy-Vee. Come see for yourself.
I'm Stacy Klein. As a volleyball mom, I remember looking forward to our week for team snacks. But now even the generic brands are expensive. And while career politicians are busy pointing fingers and bickering, Wisconsin families are still suffering. That's why I'm running for state senate, to lower the cost of living, cut taxes, and get Madison back to working as a team again. Because Western Wisconsin families are tired of settling for generic brands and generic politicians.
I served in the United States Navy to protect and honor my country, so it makes me sick to know it. But our Congressman, Derek Van Orden, participated in January 6th, the deadly Capitol attack where 140 police officers were injured and 5 ultimately died. Van Orden was there. Then he lied about it until social media posts proved Van Orden was there. As rioters attacked it, he dishonored our country. Derek Van Orden doesn't belong in Congress.
VoteVets is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Steve Doyle says,
I'm working for you.
Unless, of course, you're a senior on fixed income or middle-class family. Steve Doyle voted against bipartisan tax relief to help you with rising costs. Steve Doyle, playing political games, not working for us.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Baxter International, the leading supplier of IV fluid bags in the U.S., says it's resuming partial shipments of its products after Hurricane Helene damaged its North Carolina facility. Medical centers around the country have been preserving their supply of IV fluid bags since the disruption. IV fluids are used to hydrate patients and deliver medications.
In many cases, health officials have come up with alternatives in order to prioritize the fluid bags for patients who need them the most.
Well, we are on that time of the year where we're looking for the change in colors.
Yes, that's what we're most excited about.
I was in rural La Crosse County, headed toward Jackson County, and you could see a little bit of color, but it's still very slight. So I'm going to need to know when these colors are going to burst in front of us. So let's get the answer from Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart.
We're definitely on the upward trend here. I think the next week around the local area, we're definitely going to be getting close to the peak. The peak around here is about the middle to the tail end of October, but still up to the north. If you want the colors up in northeast Wisconsin, up into the Arrowhead, especially of Minnesota, they're getting past the peak up there. But it is starting to get down to our area. We just haven't felt fall-like, but I think you'll definitely feel more fall-like as we go towards the later half of this weekend when a much cooler air mass comes. We also got the aurora. We've seen quite a bit of that over the summertime, all the way back to last May. Earlier this week, we saw something. This potential storm that's going to hit sometime tomorrow afternoon. Now, afternoon's not great for us because the sun's out, but it should linger throughout Thursday night and potentially could go even further based on the level it is. And if it does get to this level, we're looking at K7 to K9 potentially. That means you could see it visible with the naked eye. A lot of these times we've had the camera exposure. You need a certain level to actually see the vibrant colors. But this time around, something to keep in mind. Tomorrow we'll update you as once this event starts to occur. Smoke, we've actually had a little bit of smoke out there. You don't see it out there, but to the west we've had fires in Wyoming that really hasn't quite made the news out there. But this is the smoke that's beginning to push our area. So you might see a little bit of a haze in the sky over the next couple of days. It won't too much. This is really aloft smoke. But still with the fires going on and that west flow coming, that's what we might see in the next couple days, a little bit more milky skies, especially towards sunset. Warm conditions continue. That's the bigger story. 80 potentially. Cooler on Saturday, and the big cool down will come down on Sunday, but we might have, and that's a big thing, might, some showers come Saturday night into Sunday. If we get any precipitation, it won't amount too much for most of the area. There's your temperatures well above average tomorrow. We're looking at potential 80s with a south wind. Even warmer, potential 80 once again. In fact, going into Friday morning, it may be in the mid to upper 50s as you wake up Friday morning, which is well above average. So a mild night gives way to more clouds on that day. So if you're looking at record level, well, we won't be probably to the 2015 level where we had 85 and 82 respectively at both locations, but we're going to get up into that area, but not quite record level, but give you an idea where we stand with that. Big picture shows the front we're talking about coming through Friday. It's really only going to amount to two things, really some cloud cover going into Friday and a wind shift that you'll eventually see towards the afternoon right there. So for Friday night football, we might see a little bit of spot of some breezy conditions out of the north, maybe 10 to 15 with a little bit of gust there. It won't last too long. Once that kind of passes to the south, the next system, this one bears watching because it does have a chance for some precipitation going into Saturday night into Sunday. The bigger story going with this is going to be the good push of really chilly air mass to the north. We're talking dark blues, even darker than that coming down. So we're potentially seeing some of the coldest air that we've had all season long. And that's going to linger as we go through Monday and Tuesday of next week as it really dives all the way down to the southeastern portion of the United States. So this is really a cold air mass that we haven't seen. And if you look at the high temperatures going into Monday and Tuesday, we're looking at mid-50s. Some areas up to the north may barely touch 50 degrees come Monday or Tuesday. And if you haven't seen a frost or freeze last week, you're definitely going to see it next week because many areas will be well below freezing. In fact, some of the colder areas may actually be into the teens. So enjoy the warmth because we're going to go back to reality come probably Sunday and beyond.
It is coming.
Yes.
All right, Craig. Thanks very much. Coming up next in sports, the Packers talking about the recent absence of Romeo Doubs. Plus, milestone state births and crazy catches. Quite the batch of nominees we've got for the next play of the week. Jacob is up next.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Every day we battle illegal drugs coming into our community.
And we know the attacks on Tammy Baldwin are not true.
Tammy's working with law enforcement to stop the flow of fentanyl.
She brought Democrats and Republicans together
to crack down on drugs coming from China and Mexico,
giving us more tools to fight drug smugglers.
And Tammy voted 32 times to strengthen the border.
Don't believe the attacks.
It's Tammy Baldwin I trust to keep Wisconsin safe.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Today at Wesco in Sparta, it's interest-free. Free! 24 months interest-free, 36 months interest-free, even 48 months interest-free on everything from beautiful furniture for every room and premium mattresses to flooring and brand-name appliances. Choose the home furnishings you want. Then Wesco lets you buy interest-free to suit your needs. 24 months interest-free, 36 months interest-free, or even 48 months interest-free. It's an interest-free for all today at Wesco in Sparta.
It's Blaine's Farm and Fleet's big snacking and candy event. Right now, save on our incredible one-of-a-kind selection of craveable candies, nuts, and trail mixes, and more. Like new Blaine's brand Blueberry Lemon Crumble or Dark Chocolate Medley trail mixes, just $5.99 a pound. All Blaine's brand nut and trail mix tins are 20% off. Your choice of large, resealable cinnamon bears or jelly slices, just $8.99. Plus, save the date for Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland opening weekend. The magic begins Saturday, October 12th.
Fentanyl is one of the most lethal drugs on the market. This much can kill thousands. These deadly drugs are pouring across our border. But Biden, Harris, and Democrats have done nothing to stop it. Tammy Baldwin claims she's trying, but she's failed. She took credit for an anti-fentanyl bill she didn't write and opposed efforts to secure the border. Senator Baldwin and Democrats have done nothing, and our communities are paying the price.
I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
Earlier today, Packers third-year wideout Romeo Doubs returned to practice after being suspended one game for conduct detrimental to the team. He was suspended for missing 2 practices last week in what the team called personal reasons. There were also reports that he was not happy with his share of targets to start the season. Matt LaFleur had a meeting with his receiver, and yesterday he said things will now move on like normal.
I'm not going to get into the specifics of it, but I think it was productive, and we look forward to getting him back on Wednesday. What's done is done, and we're moving forward. And, you know, I expect us collectively as a team to continue to move that way.
Now, Doubs brought in 8 touchdowns a season ago, and in 2024, in 4 games, he's caught 12 balls for 169 yards and has yet to reach the end zone. All right, now it is time for the News 8 play of the week. Getting us going, it's Eliana Kraus of Cochran Fountain City with the bump set to Mackenzie Wagner, and that one falls to the ground. And that's the 1,000th assist of Kraus's career as a Pirate. Next up, we throw it back to Monday when Jayana Palm of Holman shot an 81 at sectionals, which was good enough for her to punch her ticket to the state tournament next week in Madison. Next, number 3, we have Carter Pontius, who had 3 touchdown grabs against GET last week in the first half. That was as well. Heck of a catch right there on the back shoulder fade. The Panthers rolled the Red Hawks 42-0. Number 4, we head to DeSoto, and sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. For this play, we see a little bit of both. Keegan Colden hauls it in after the ball ricochets right to him. He takes it to the house. The Pirates made Belmont walk the plank, winning by 26. And for our final nominee of the week, Jacob Hackbarth of Logan against Tomah. Hackbarth says, who needs 2 hands out there? Extra stick 'em on the gloves. Heck of a pick. Logan would go on to get the win, 42-15. So that's our 5 For this week, voting will be open shortly after the show. As always, closes at 5 p.m. on Friday, and we will announce the winner during the 6 p.m. sports. If you have a play you think is worthy, send it my way at jlenzendorf@wkbt.com. Guys, thoughts?
I'm going to
One-hander,
say,
baby.
Okay. I like that one, but I like Eliana Kraus. Like, that's how I would spike a volleyball if I knew how to play.
There you go.
All good plays. Tough choices.
Always. Thank you, Jacob.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, we'll have another look at your forecast right after this.
Politics these days stinks. Too much hot air, and you know what else. But I'm no stranger to putting in a hard day's work and getting the job done. I have a history of bipartisan accomplishments. It's a hard job, but I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. I can reach across the aisle and pass good bills just as easily as I can walk across the barnyard with my shovel. So whether it's doing chores on the farm or passing bills in Madison, I'm Steve Doyle, and I'm ready to get back to work for you.
When it's time for better storage, Dakota Closets is the solution. Menards carries a great selection of closets that are perfect for any space. For home offices, laundry rooms, standard closets, and even storage for your kids' playrooms. There are so many ways to store your items. And with Dakota Closets, you can do it with style and ease. Right now, get this Dakota Closet system for $839.98 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Does your child have sleep disorders, ADHD, ADD, speech issues, or mouth breathing? These are a few symptoms of a myofunctional disorder. If left untreated, it can cause disrupted sleep, TMJ pain, snoring, and other health problems. At Allen Dental, our myofunctional therapist will develop a plan to retrain the face, mouth, and throat muscles, leading to better sleep, mouth alignment, and nasal breathing, which has so many benefits for overall health. Contact Allen Dental today to schedule your appointment.
Who's that Derek Van Orden think he is? He thinks he's better than us. Like that time he screamed at somebody, I don't give a who you are. I'm a congressman.
Language! Who does Derek Van Orden think he is, supporting an abortion ban?
I'm Rebecca Cook. Let me tell you who I am. I grew up on a dairy farm, run a small business, and I wait tables. Around here, we work hard, respect our neighbors' freedoms, and aren't looking for special treatment. We need one of us to represent us. That's why I approve this message.
All right, I want to do a little dancing because it is Halloween time here, but it's definitely not going to feel like any time of October. Upper 70s for both locations. In fact, we might see 80 in a few spots, but the big cool down after maybe some rain Saturday night or Sunday comes next week. 50s coming back.
It sure is.
Those are your moves, Greg, on the dance?
That's my moves.
Those are all
It's motion cap. That's how it is. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you at 10.